It makes you feel anxious being cold.
This is really tough, and I do get that it's tough.
It makes you feel vulnerable.
Incredibly difficult decisions.
Somehow it gets into your bones and into your feelings.
We have no other choice.
Well, I go to charity shops to buy woolen jumpers.
Well, there's no return to the austerity that we've seen in years gone by.
I always use the winter fuel payment to actually pay for fuel.
On how many people are going to die.
We have people who are choosing not to put the heating on, or choosing between heating and eating. We're trying to make sure that the government listens to wealthy society. It's just such a disgrace. So we're here to try and draw attention to that and to ask Keir Starmer to reverse this cut.
Imagine having to choose between a hot meal and a warm home. Picture skipping showers just to make ends meet. Sounds shocking, right? Well, this isn't a dystopian future. It's the harsh reality for millions of pensioners in the UK this winter. And it all started with one policy change. Let's break it down. For years, pensioners across the UK relied on the winter fuel payment, a crucial benefit that helped them afford heating during the coldest months. But last year, following a major policy shift, this payment was drastically restricted. Instead of going to all pensioners, it's now only available to those receiving certain benefits. And the result? Over 10 million pensioners lost this vital lifeline. So, what does this mean for those affected? A recent survey by Unite the Union reveals a grim picture. Over 50% of pensioners have lowered their heating, 16% are cutting back on hot meals, and a third are showering less frequently just to save money. The situation is so dire that some have resorted to spending long hours in public places like libraries, just to stay warm. And it's not just about comfort, it's a serious health crisis. With more pensioners exposed to the cold, hospitals are seeing a spike in flu cases and other seasonal illnesses. One NHS worker compared the situation to the COVID peak, saying it feels almost as bad as during the pandemic. And with 17% of pensioners reporting worsened health, the consequences of this policy change are undeniable. The backlash has been swift. Unite recently held a major protest in Westminster demanding the full reinstatement of the winter fuel payment. The union even suggested alternative funding solutions like wealth taxes to cover the cost. Unite's General Secretary Sharon Graham put it bluntly, "Retirees should be able to live with dignity after a lifetime of work." And she's not alone. Thousands are calling for change. So, what does the government have to say? Officials insist they're committed to supporting pensioners, pointing to the warm home discount, an extended household support fund, and the promise of a state pension increase. They also highlight a new £500 million energy support initiative, but for those struggling right now, many say it's just not enough. The question remains, should pensioners have to make these impossible choices? Should we accept a reality where our elderly struggle to stay warm and healthy? If this story moved you, share this video, raise awareness, and let's push for change, because no one should have to suffer in silence.